Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's definitely been a while, so we're gonna get into some things. So first things first, we've been in quarantine.
I don't like that.
For what, 3 months now. So since quarantine has started due to the coronavirus, I haven't really been doing any videos. I really did take a break from YouTube. I just wasn't really in the mood for it. A lot of you guys know that I do vlogs, so I just, I couldn't go anywhere. So what was I vlogging? But I'm back with this new segment on my channel called Kristen Career Talk, and I talk about different things in the industry. For those of you who may not know, I'm a media personality, entertainment journalist. I've worked with a bunch of different companies. So this series is basically just talking about my experience in the industry thus far and what I've done. So on this episode specifically, I'll be talking about my internship and my experience working at Power 106 FM, LA's #1 for hip hop radio station. For those of you who may or may not know, I did a semester in LA from January up until March. The semester was supposed to be until May, but due to the coronavirus, I had to come home and had to leave LA early. But I did have some dope experiences while out there, and one of them was interning at Power 106. So a bunch of you guys have submitted different questions that you have for me, so I'll be answering that and just talking a little bit about my experience while working there. So I'll be looking at my phone for the questions. A lot of you guys submitted questions through Instagram and Twitter, so I just made a little list of the questions and I'll just be reading from there. So the first question is, what was the application/interview process like? So basically, if you go online to Power 106 FM's website, and I think you can either search on Google Power 106 internship, or go to their website and go to the bottom and click internships or careers, and it brings you to this homepage. And on the homepage, it basically says what they'll need from you to apply. It's not really an application in the system. You email Terry, which is the person who is in charge of interns at Power. You basically email her your resume and your cover letter, and then if they feel you're a good fit, then they reach out for an interview. Now on the website, they have specific dates though. So I know for me, I was applying for spring 2020 semester, and there's a certain window, so they only accept applications from, I believe, January 1st to January 20th or something of that nature. But it will tell you on the website. So I knew that I was doing a semester in LA, which is a study abroad program, basically just in Los Angeles. For those of you who may or may not know, I go to school in Jersey. So I was doing this semester, and a part of the program, a big component is interning. So I interned at 2 places. One being Power 106, and the second place being AfterBuzz TV. Prior to getting to LA, I already secured an internship at AfterBuzz TV, and I was interning there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I had applied to intern at Power 106 prior to getting to LA as well, but I just didn't hear back until I actually landed in LA. I got to LA January 11th, and within a week or two, I got a call basically saying, hey, we received your application from Power 106. We want to do an interview. So really, when I got to LA, I had already, secured an internship, and I was looking for something like a part-time job or a paid internship, because the current internship that I had at AfterBuzz TV was unpaid. So when I got the call from Power, I was really excited, because anybody that knows me knows that I love hip hop. That is definitely my niche, specifically in the industry. So got the call, and I was like, oh, this is dope. I would love to, obviously go in and do this interview. But a part of me was I don't know, because I'm still I'm trying to find something that's paid, and one of my questions was, is the internship paid? So the internship isn't paid at Power 106. So part of me was I don't know, it's unpaid, but at the same time, this is definitely a company I see myself working at. But nevertheless, I went to do the interview because I always say you never know, and at the same time, it doesn't hurt to do the interview. Like, I could have did the interview and could have got, you know, rejected. So I just said, okay, cool. And mind you, my apartment in LA, I lived in Burbank, and Power 106 was in Burbank, and it's literally a 5-minute drive. Like, the studio is down the street from my apartment. So went in, did the interview. During my interview, I was interviewed by Brianna, who she does the midday show on Power 106, and Kane, which is her producer. So they interviewed me. It was a group interview. It was me and this other girl. And they basically just asked me general questions like, you know, why do I want to work there? What are my interests? One of the questions was like, where do I find my news? Just really, I felt like the interview really focused on like, what was I into and if I would be a good fit. Because I feel like when you're working specifically in hip hop, you have to have a certain knowledge and you have to be aware of the culture. So I feel like that was really what my interview focused on. So yeah. So the next question is, what was your reaction to getting the internship? Alright, so boom. So I interviewed on a Wednesday, and you know, Brianna was like, oh, I should hear back by Friday, the end of the week, if I got the internship or not. So I'm like, alright, cool, like we're gonna wait it out, we're gonna see. But that same day, like literally by the time I got home, she literally emailed me and was like, hey, I would like to offer you the position. So I'm like, okay, cool, dope. When can you start? So I started that Monday, next week Monday. And the other girl who, you know, did the interview with me as well, she also got it. So we both got it, which I thought was super dope, because like I just wasn't expecting that. Because I always feel like in group interviews, like somebody gets cut, but we both got the job. That was dope. And yeah, and there were already 2 other interns there, and they trained me on my first day. Which brings me to my next question. How many days did you work? At Power, specifically working with Brianna, she wanted interns that worked 3 days a week. So like I said, I was already interning at AfterBuzz TV 2 days a week. So obviously my other 3 days went to Power 106. So I interned at Power Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then AfterBuzz TV, I interned Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then like all my classes were at night. It's interesting because everyone, like all my, you know, faculty administrators for the LA Study Away program, they were like, we really don't recommend, you know, interning 5 days a week. Like, you're gonna experience burnout. But I honestly didn't experience burnout, because especially at Power, because it was just somewhere that I wanted to be, and it was just so fun to me. Like,
she's southern, so
Friday vibes, DJ Interns getting it. Okay, Kristen. Okay, Kenny. There he goes.
to me, like I was working, but at the same time I was truly enjoying it. Which brings me to my next question. What were your daily tasks? So basically, Brianna, you know, my mentor who I did the show with, her show ran back then, it's a new time now, but back then her show was from 10 to 3. So what would happen was I would get in there at 9 and before she got into the studio, and I would work on her script. If I was the only intern that day, then I'd probably do it myself, or if other interns were there, we would band together. And basically the scripts, you just look up like latest hip-hop news. We would put like if there's anyone's birthday, like celebrity birthdays that fall within our demographic, we would put that on the script. And then like if it's a national day, so like National Pancake Day or something like that, we would put that on the script. And then after that, when it's close to 10 o'clock, we would set up the studio. So bring in lighting, we would, you know, open up the windows, make sure the script is, you know, were supposed to be. Other things that we would do, you know, while being in the studio, Brianna was like she made sure that we had a hands-on experience, all her interns. So like, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I've posted a video, like there was one story that I got to report on live on air and stuff like that. She would show us how to work the boards, her and Kane, which is her producer. We sat in the studio with her during the whole entire show. So like, it was different things we had to do depending on our day, but it was super hands-on, which is what I appreciated, because I just feel like that's how I got to learn, you know, the most and get the best out of my experience. Even though it was cut short, I feel like it was super hands-on and I still got to learn a lot. So yeah. Did you have any expectations of the station before you started? If so, did it match the reality? Honestly, I was really nervous coming in when I realized I did get the position to intern at Power, because I don't know, like I never worked in a radio station before. Like I've always had my own radio show and stuff like that, but everywhere else I interned, like I interned at NJTV News, AfterBuzz TV, everywhere was more so TV based. So this was like my first radio internship, so I was nervous, but I quickly got out of that because I felt like everyone that I encountered at Power, they really were nice and they really wanted me to learn and they really cared about me learning. So, and even just the other interns, like the ones who had trained me and helped me along the way, I feel like everyone was super nice, so they made me feel welcome. So that nervousness quickly like went out the window. Next question, any obstacles you faced working there? I wouldn't say obstacles, but I feel like it's definitely something that I had to get used to. Just there'll be times where I had to juggle, you know, a lot of tasks at once, and I don't think it's necessarily an obstacle, because being in the industry and working, you know, in TV or in radio, you are going to get a lot of things thrown at you at one time. So I think it really pushed me to know like time management and just really be on my A game and making sure that I get things done before necessarily someone has to tell me to get it done. And overall, I just think it was a great experience and that I learned a lot. You know, I definitely think that going in, I did have good experience, which helped push my resume to the top. But you know, nevertheless, I do say even if you don't have that much experience, still apply, because you know, there's no set guarantee on what they look for at Power, and if they see potential in you, they'll be likely to give you a spot. And you know, just never give up and just keep trying. So yeah, and that basically wraps up my video. I had so much fun at Power. You know, one of my favorite internships. Shout out to the Midday Squad. I miss you guys so much. And when I'm back in LA, you know I'm pulling up. Period. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what other videos you want to see in regards to Kristen's career talk. And yeah. Peace out. Love you guys. So the next question is, what was your reaction to getting the internship? Alright, so boom. I interned that Friday? No, I interned on a Wednesday, was it? I interned on a Wednesday. Sorry, I interviewed on a Wednesday. And let me just do that.